Hello and welcome to STATc1000 here at Kenyatta College. This is our online statistics course. My name is Ray Lapus. I am the instructor for this course. In this video we will go over the website and the syllabus and schedule so that we can prepare for this class. So first of all, this Canvas page will have two different sections in it. I know that the Canvas page official title has this one section, CRN 98637. However, we will have both of these CRNs included in this particular Canvas page. This is our home page. This is what you would see when you first land in the Canvas page. And let's go through this before we get to the syllabus. So just a note that this was formerly known as Math 200, and it's been about a year now, but I have my old videos referring to this class as Math 200, but please note that this is now called C1000, STATc1000. The best way to get a hold of me is through the Canvas page. Now, before classes began, you would have been emailing me at my email. But now that classes have begun, I would like for you to contact me through the Canvas inbox, and that would be the inbox icon on the side of your Canvas page. I have a note about grading timelines. So a lot of your homework assignments will be graded automatically, but some journal assignments will take about a week to two to grade, and especially for the exams. You're welcome to use AI for this course. For certain assignments, I can allow you to use AI when you're doing homework and studying. And what I ask is that you just make sure that when you're using AI, you're not just asking for the answer, but you're asking for how things are done so that you can get a fuller understanding of what's happening. We will have exams, and for the exams you're not allowed to use AI, so please keep that in mind. We'll have room for other announcements here in the home page, but I will also be sending you weekly announcements. We have a set of due dates for most of the assignments. Most of the assignments are posted. There's a handful that are not yet posted, so you can get to these assignments through this home page, or once again I will be posting announcements, and in those announcements are going to be links to the assignments as well. And scrolling down here, the orientation video that you're seeing will belong in this slot, and then some advice and some FAQs. Alright, I'm going to jump to the syllabus real quick just so we can see some of the logistics. And if you go to the syllabus page in your Canvas, you can download both the syllabus and our tentative schedule. And the syllabus page has the makeup policy, and the rest of the information can be found through the syllabus page, or the syllabus for this class. So just a quick look at that syllabus. Here is our syllabus for the class. As you can see, I am the instructor for this course, Ray Lapus. My email is given here, and the course website is this instructor Canvas page that we're looking at. We have our course dates, and if you want to see me for office hours, please feel free to make an appointment by contacting me through the Canvas page. Here's this little statement about the journey to statistics for our class, and if you want to know a little bit more about me, you can click on this link. That'll bring me to my home page and get information about my background. Our communication plan is listed here as it was in the Canvas homepage. Now we are doing an online class, And there's a little statement that talks about if you're ready for the online class. There's a self-assessment that we have for our college that you can take a look at. And also, since this is a transferable course, part of the exam will be using Proctorio. So if you want to know more about Proctorio, you can click on this link. There is going to be a journal assignment, a low stakes assignment that will ask you to download and try out Proctorio so that when it comes time for the actual exams that you should be okay with being able to use Proctorio. If you have issues using Proctorio, please make sure you contact me so that we can make other arrangements. The other arrangements will most likely be having you come to our college, Kenyatta College, and take the proctored exam without Proctorio, but you'll still need to be proctored in our learning center. So if that's an issue for you, make sure you come by and contact me before the exam. Here's the course material. We'll be using Canvas. We'll be using an online textbook that is a zero-cost textbook, open source, and you can get access to this textbook here, or you can get to this textbook via the Canvas pages. We will be using My Open Math. Now, I don't know why I put this link here because you don't need this link. Anything that you do in My Open Math will be connected through Canvas. So all you need to do is be able to click on the assignments in Canvas and it'll automatically bring you to the My Open Math. You're also encouraged to use technology. You can use the TI-84, which has been used a lot in the past, but I will be supporting Google Sheets, and because Google Sheets is a free spreadsheet that you can use that can access all the statistical commands that we're going to need. We have the course description and the student learning outcomes listed here. You can view that on your own. We have some resources for Kenyatta College from the Learning Center. And the Learning Center, I do encourage you to check out this resource for statistics help. And this resource will focus on and support the use of the TI-84 calculator, which, if you have one, would be a great resource for you. And also the tutor that did this a few years ago has a lot of insights into the topics in this class, so you may want to view that. We have the DSPS. We have the Title IX statements here as well, and we have the academic integrity policy for our district. There's more resources under student services for Kenyatta College. Feel free to visit those as well. We have a statement here on the expectations and etiquette. There are going to be some information about having to do discussion boards, and we just want to make sure that everybody is respectful. We also have the AI policy already covered in this video, so you can take a look at that in Canvas. Our grading will be based on several categories. We have check-in quizzes. That's going to be worth 10% of your grade. The homework assignments will be worth 20, and the makeup policy is listed here as well as in the Canvas page, explicitly written in the Canvas page. We have the journal assignments listed here, and we have exams that are worth 60% of your grade. And then you have the grading scheme listed, and the courseware. This is a rough cut of what we're looking at when we go back to Canvas. We have the home page, the modules, announcements, etc. Here's a possible approach, and we'll take a closer look at this when we go to the modules portion of Canvas. And one way to do this is to go through, watch the video, and then maybe browse through the textbook, and then go to the Check Your Understanding quiz, which is part of your grade. And then once you do that, then you can try some of the homework problems. And if you get stuck, feel free to go to a discussion board, feel free to access AI and ask questions about it, or feel free to go back to the textbook and the videos and look through them again. So it is really up to you how you want to approach this. Again, we're going to take a look at this possible approach when we go back to the Canvas pages, but you got to do whatever's comfortable for you and your time constraints. Here's a statement on the growth mindset. In math, you are probably going to make some mistakes. It's good to make those mistakes early in practice, in homework, etc., so that when it comes time for the exams, you would have worked out some of those kinks. We have some due dates for the exams and some important dates for the district, our college. Actually, there's 3 colleges here, so you can take a look at this, make note of that, or you can actually go to our semester overview. And here are a list of topics. This is a good list to keep when you're using this to try to transfer over to another college or have a prerequisite for a particular program. And then they would ask, what did you actually cover? We're basically going to cover almost everything on this list. All right, so that is our syllabus. Going back to the syllabus page in Canvas, there's a tentative schedule here. I like to have a whole overview of the whole semester in one page, so I highly encourage that you print this out and have this available for you. And if we take a closer look at this, you can see that this is by date, like a calendar, except it's a concatenated calendar for the whole semester, starting with our starting day, August 17th, and you can see when things are due. So our first journal assignment is due about a week and a half into the semester. The quiz and the homework for chapter 1, all of chapter 1 will be due here. Now, some of these chapter homework assignments get a little bit lengthy, so make sure to give yourselves some time. Don't do the homework on the day that it's due, because chances are you're not going to finish it. So make sure you allocate for that. So here are a few of the things that we have. The exam deadlines are listed here, but the exam will be open about 6 days beforehand. So for exam number 1, for example, will open up on September 18th and will be open through the first weekend here on the 19th and the 20th, all the way up to the 24th. The exam will close on September 24th, and after that, there will be no more makeups for this. Now, because this is open 6 days in advance, there will be no makeups. All right, we have some important dates for the district, like the Flex Day and some holidays that are listed here as well. And you can see the second exam is due on November 5th, and the final exam is due December 18th. So in our syllabus, we only have certain dates that are listed here, like for the exams and important dates for the district, but all the rest of the assignments are listed here. Okay, all right. So that is the syllabus and the schedule. Now let's go to the modules to try to see like a particular system that you might be able to use for this course. And I'm going to select the student view so that you will be seeing what you will be seeing and not what I would be seeing. And here we have our home page, which we've already visited, some information about the text, and some solution manuals, etc. And here we have chapter 1. So the modules are broken down by chapters, and by keeping up with the schedule and trying to figure out when the things are due. Chapter 1 is due on August 27th and 28th. So again, make sure you start this before the due dates. And we always have a set of videos and quizzes where it says start here. So this would be a good place to start. And when you get to these pages, you'll see some objectives and each of the sections broken down. So there's a general piece of information here, or a video talking about each of these sections. So section 1.1, you'll see that. And below the video, if this is a PowerPoint, I actually have PowerPoints for the first chapter, but for the rest of them, there are no PowerPoints available, so you just have to go by the videos. There is a check your understanding. These are the quizzes that we were talking about. So after you take a look at the video, you can click on this check your understanding, and it'll bring you to a page where you're going to take a short, very short quiz. And so you can take the quiz and then do as many times as you need to until you get a perfect score if you want. So make sure you take advantage of the repeats. So that's section 1.1. And we can go to section 1.2 in the next tab, 1.3, 1.4, etc. And then so they would have that same format. Okay, I'm going to jump back to modules so we can get that overview again. I'm going to collapse. You can collapse modules if you want, if your view is getting to be too long. And then right after that initial video and quizzes, there is a discussion board. Now these discussion boards are for you all to be able to communicate and talk with each other. I generally don't check those discussion boards. So if you do want something where you would need to catch my attention and ask a question, make sure you send a message through Canvas, the inbox, so I can respond. But this is meant for you all to pose questions and answer questions. And again, we have a netiquette piece of information there. So I'm going to jump back again to the modules page. And below the discussion boards are another page for some technology and homework help videos. So here would be a page of extra videos that if you get stuck, you can refer to, or you can watch before you try to attempt the homework assignments. In this particular chapter, there's only one video here, video help for section 1.3, if you get stuck on that. All right, back to modules. After the technology help, just in case you didn't see the videos or you didn't see the quizzes in the first page of the module that says start here, the list of all those quizzes are in this one page here. Let's click into that. You can see there's 4 check-in quizzes. And by the way, I keep going back and forth from a view of a page in a module, and then I jump back to the main module's view of the page or view of the website. But you can also click on the next if you kind of have this structure in your head where it says modules. And then for each of these modules, you can see that the structure is always going to be the same. There's going to be a start here where you have videos and quizzes. There's going to be a discussion. There's going to be the technology help and Dictology and homework help videos, and then there's going to be the list of quizzes. After that will be the actual homework assignments, and here are the 4 homework assignments for Chapter 1. So if you click on one of these, you can see that this is now going to look a little bit different. This is going to be using that My Open Math portion of things, and you can click on Start, and then you can see that here is where you input your responses, and then at each of these things you can submit a question to see if you got it right, and you see, oh, you didn't get it right, so you can try again. Sometimes you can just try again, or sometimes you need to get a similar question, and then you can try again and submit that. Keep doing that until you get 100%, and then you can move on. So at the end of this, you can click on Next to go to the next homework assignment. And then it brings you to a similar page. So I'm going to quickly jump back up to modules. And again, this is one of those things where you have to kind of find your groove for this particular class. So let's say you finish Chapter 1. If you can just scroll down to Chapter 2, you see Chapter 2 has 7 sections. So you want to make sure you allocate the proper amount of time for you to be able to finish this. Again, the structure is the same. We have the Start Here videos, we have the discussion board, we have extra technology help in videos, and then the list of quizzes, and then from there are the homework assignments. So if you just go to the Start Here and then view this, take a look at the videos. So this particular chapter has an overview. So take a look at the overview video, and then go to chapter or section 2.1, take a look at that. And then here's some extra help videos here as well. And then if you feel like you're comfortable with Chapter 1, you can go back. You can, if you feel that you're comfortable with section 2.1, you can move on to 2.2, or you can go back to the modules and then try out a homework assignment. I guess you should try the quiz first, and then go back to the modules and try a homework assignment, and then go to section 2.2 and then do that again. All right, so it'll be up to you how you want to approach this. Since these things are kind of due by chapter, I put all the chapters or the sections within a chapter in this first page, and then from there you can go on and try out the homework assignments. All right, so that's the modules view, and that was going to be your suggested plan of attack. You can certainly do it your way, whatever you feel comfortable with. All right, we did talk about the syllabus. The announcements page will contain announcements that you'll get weekly. I have not set any announcements yet at the time of making this video, but when you go to the home page, you would normally see the last previous set of announcements, usually the latest 2 or 3 announcements listed up here on top before the actual home page will come up. But if you want to access an announcement that has been posted more than 2 or 3 weeks beforehand, you can go to this announcements page. The assignments page is a list of assignments that's sorted, that can be sorted by the due date. That might be useful for you as you're trying to do things. So show assignments by date, so you can see the list of assignments here. You can also see this list of assignments in syllabus as well, or you can sort this by type, so you can see the different types of assignments that are listed. So we have journal assignments, we have homework assignments, and then later on we'll have exams, etc. listed down here. All right. Grades, you'll see your grades posted here. Again, the homework assignments will be graded not exactly instantaneously, but probably a few minutes to an hour after you've completed the assignment. You can see the assignment. And then we have discussion boards, accessibility, and all these other things that you can view. So one more thing I do want to show you is I'm going to go back to the journal assignments. So I click on assignments, and I want to sort this by type so we can focus on the journal assignments. And you will see different kinds of journal assignments. Here are the first 3 journal assignments. The first one is a discussion board assignment. You can see by this little icon on the left. And if you click on that, it asks you to introduce yourself. This is our introduction assignment. And this will be done on the discussion board. And what I wanted to do here is that you introduce yourself with these pieces of information. And then I also want to have you reply to some classmates, just acknowledging that you know who they are, etc. And some of these assignments would have extra credit opportunities, and so I encourage you to do that as well, so that if you're at the borderline in your grades, these things can help bump your grade up a little bit. So that's one type of journal assignment, that is embedded in a discussion board. Another type of journal assignment is something where it's like a quiz type thing. Actually, this is the only journal assignment that's a quiz-like thing, because this is a Proctorio check. It asks you to do things using Proctorio, and it's really a check on the syllabus. So you can do that just so you can install Proctorio and make sure you know how to use it. And then the other kind of journal assignment is an assignment that you would submit to me, and it's not going to be in a discussion board. Nobody else is going to read it except for me. So this first one is going to be your math autobiography. So type up your autobiography in essay form, and then save it as a PDF file, and then upload it. So when you have your PDF file ready, you can click on submit, and then drag or find your file, and then click on submit, and then that's it. All right, that is the quick overview. Not so quick, but that's the general overview for our class. I hope this is useful. And feel free to get in touch with me using the Canvas inbox. But other than that, I hope you enjoy the course. Good luck, and I will see you online.